Hi guys, so today we're having a look at the Glamour Glitter Liquid Eyeshadow from Bperfect Cosmetics. I've got the shade Mermaid, which is this crazy blue tone. I got it on Beauty Bay. They describe this shade as an emerald green with chromatic blue reflex. There are 9 different shades available and they are £8.95. A lot of the shades are out of stock on Beauty Bay just now. But yeah, there's a nice range of them. So what they say is a glitter liquid eyeshadow. Stating the obvious in the first sentence. Get eyes that mesmerise with the Bperfect Glamour Glitter Liquid Eyeshadows. Each ultra pigmented, super sparkling liquid eyeshadow is the eye makeup must-have that you need. Available in a range of shades to suit any look, these easy to apply, fast drying, transfer resistant and ultra pigmented shadows give a wash of colour to the lids that will last all day and night. And it says they are cruelty free. So it says you can layer over eyeshadow for a more intense look. I should have read this before I done my application section. One little side note that I want to mention about this. Why so much packaging? Why can't you just do the wee sticker over there so it's sealed and that's it? You know, instead of this cardboard box with all this holographic stuff on it, which looks cool but probably stops being recyclable. And then we've got a plastic tray and a plastic window. Like, oh, come on, you don't need it. You really don't. I don't see anything on this to indicate that it is still recyclable with all the, you know, the glittery plasticky coating on it, so that just kind of annoys me. It's just excessive. Like, less packaging. Anyway, we've got an application section, so we'll see how that went, and we'll just check in throughout the day and see if there's any changes. Right, so I've primed and I've done my brow bone area, so let's get into this. It's so shiny. Right, so because this says it can be used either as a topper or on its own, I'm not entirely sure how sheer this is going to be, but we'll find out. We'll find out how buildable it is if it is a little bit sheer. So let's go for a wee zoom in. That's not sheer. I am going to go in on my finger just to blend this out a little bit, because I sometimes feel with products like this, if you keep doing it with the applicator, you can end up with, I don't know, kind of like a chunky effect that's going to be prone to creasing. Okay, so it does sheer out. I'm going to go for a couple of sheer layers, see how it builds up. It feels really smooth. It's not gritty at all. It is a very fine shimmer in it rather than a chunky glitter, despite the name being, you know, the Glamour Glitter Liquid Eyeshadow. Definitely more of a shimmer. I've just tried to pat it in there and it is just lifting. So that's not great. It is a very sticky formula once it starts to dry down a little bit. So I'm going to leave that eye alone and do this one and just let that dry down completely. I think I put a bit more on this time. Okay, I'm going to stop touching that one now in case it's gone that sticky way. They definitely still feel wet, it's not dried down quite yet. Because as I'm doing this it feels quite cold. Yeah. Okay, that feels dried down now, so let's give it another wee layer. This one's still feeling cold. I'm not seeing any of the purple duochrome. Possibly you would have to do a dark base to get that out. I'll do a wee hand swatch and find out though. Okay, so this eye is definitely looking more pigmented than this one. I've also done completely different shades, but I'm going to go in and do my crease anyway, so that's not going to matter as much. Okay, I'm going to leave that the way it is. It's hopefully going to dry down. I'm trying to keep my eyes pretty much closed while it dries down, just so that you don't get any creasing from that. I don't have any tissues sitting here. That was smart. Right, while that's drying before I start going in with the powder shadows, I've just grabbed a bit of a black base. This is H&M's Easy on the Eye colour, which I'm not entirely sure they still do anymore, but it's just a black cream shadow stick. And then we okay. Not really seeing the duochrome overly different on the black compared to the rest. There is like one angle that I can kind of see the purple shimmer at, but it's quite hard to get that angle on camera. And I definitely don't think my eyelids are going to go at that particular angle. Let's start with some crease colours just to finish this up. This is an Illamasqua eyeshadow that the name has worn off of. That's good. It's just a dark grey, and we're just getting the fluffy brush from Relove by Revolution. Love it. Oh man, that has creased so badly already. Ooh, okay. This is why I was trying to keep my eyes closed while it dried. Okay, so far this is seeming a lot of effort as a product, unless you were just doing like a sheer wash over a different shadow. Because if I had a finished eye look and I was just using that in the inner corner, you know, we wouldn't have that same issue with creasing and things. So yeah. So just throwing this on as a bit of a transition shade, and we're just going to go in with black because I think that'll be a nice contrast to all the shiny. And you guys don't really need to see me doing this, it's just in case it interacts funny with the powder shadows. So grabbing my angled crease brush, going on my black shadow. It's the Natasha Denona Blackest Black. To be honest, I don't think it's hugely better than any other black eyeshadow, but I've got it, so I'm going to use it up. And I'm just going to try and cover some of that bit that got kind of stuck together as well. Hopefully we'll still manage to get a nice finish out of this. Because of how sticky this went, I'm now kind of wondering what it would be like as a glitter base. I'll maybe play with that later. Not just now, I don't really want full on glitter today. But yeah, it might be worth investigating. So, sorry, this is a Beauty Bay BB201. It's just a really fat blending brush. Don't know what's been going on lately, but I keep ending up with like really dramatically different shapes on my two eyes. And it's kind of annoying me because I don't understand why I'm doing it. But I'm using the same brushes with the same motion, I think. Anyway. Just means I'm going back and forward a few more times than normal. So this eye kind of looks like it's not as shiny as when we started. How did that happen? Just go wee synthetic brush. So weird, this side looks more foiled than this one. But it's a cream product. It's equally wet on both sides. Now I'm getting a patch again. Okay, so first impression, unless you're looking for just like a sheer wash of colour, there's effort in making this kind of work. I'm going to go and finish the rest of my makeup and everything, but for the wear test for this it is 5 past 11, and we'll just see what happens to it for the day. I'm not feeling optimistic, which is a shame because it's super pretty, but I guess we'll see. Right, we're back. So the time just now is 10 past 11. So I haven't been back with any check-ins because there hasn't really been anything worth showing. Sorry. So I'm just going to zoom you in. So the colour has faded quite a bit. To be honest with you, I think it looks more like the black has kind of came down on top of this. I could be wrong, but it's still nice and bright at the inner corners. And to be honest, the gradient effect from it is really pretty. So it was a little bit of effort, but it hasn't like creased up on me, which most liquid or cream shadows do. So winning big points there. I said earlier that with it being quite sticky to the touch, I wanted to see how it would work as a glitter base. I have this random glitter here. I don't know where the full size jar of this is, right? I bought this on eBay. I'm sure it's this one that I bought on eBay, and it was meant to be a matte glitter, and it's in one of the big matte pigment jars, but I was quite young when I bought it, and I later realised that it's not. I'm still sure it's cosmetic grade glitter just because of how fine it is, but we're just going to play with this. I'm not going to put it on my eyes. Not because of the glitter, but because if this doesn't work as a glitter base, I'll then have loose glitter just floating around my eyes, which I can't be bothered dealing with. I need to go to work tomorrow. I don't want my eyes to be screwed up. So we're going with a hand. So I'll give it a wee time to get tacky, as they say. It's so shiny. Okay, that feels quite tacky now. So I'm just going to take the glitter, press it on. I don't know why I'm covering the whole patch. It looks so pretty though. I haven't played with glitter with my makeup for ages. I took some down to London with me and ended up not using it. Mainly because I ended up not wearing what I was intending to. Wow. Okay. So it has gripped quite a bit. just gonna wipe my finger off. Let's see if it's actually gripping. Okay, that worked. Random brush that I don't really use. Huh, okay. This is an amazing glitter base. If you've got like a duochrome glitter, this, I think this would be such a lovely base for it. Bperfect, come on. Re-release this in loads of shades, this formula to use as coloured bases, because oh my god. If you'd done a clear version of this as a glitter glue, I think it would be like the best glitter glue I've ever tried. Like, okay, yeah, so using this as an eyeshadow on its own was a bit of a pest, because it was sticky, it was kind of hard to get an even good looking colour out of it, unless you just wanted a sheer wash, which I never do. Oh man, this glitter is going to make a mess. Okay, craft herpes, it's everywhere. Let's even mix in with some of my powder, that looked good. Yeah. Let's see how it works on top of powder shadow. So, I'm just going to do chunky black swatch, because they're saying you can use this over other shadows, but normally I wouldn't use a cream on top of a powder, so, or a liquid on top of a powder. Let's see how it goes. Would it have to be a topper for another cream product? Okay. And I just wiped the applicator on my hand just to see if there was any black on it. There's not. So okay, you can use it on top of powder shadows. That to me is very strange. This formula is magic. So in case you hadn't guessed it, this is actually landing firmly in the goodbye category. Despite the fact that it was a little bit awkward trying to build the colour up, I think it was worth it. And it was just a couple of layers, and I think it might get easier with a bit of familiarity with using it. Like I think it worked better putting the slightly thicker layer on rather than trying to build up lots of little layers like I did with this eye. So bear that in mind if you're looking at these. I definitely want to get more colours, and I definitely want to play with this as a glitter base. Like, I've got lots of glitters I think would look amazing on top of this, and honestly this looks like such a secure glitter base. There's little bits flaking off now because I'm going on full in with my hand, but look at that, it's still there. So yeah, I'm very impressed with this. If you've got any questions, leave them down below. I will get back to you. If you know any liquid eyeshadows that are as impressive as this one, leave those down below, because I like the concept of liquid shadows. They just don't like my skin. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have, hit the like button, all that jazz, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!